Hey, welcome to Nola Vibes. I'm Te-Erika, and we're vibing in New Orleans, baby. Yes, we are. OMG. My past few days have been so awesome. So, I live in New Orleans. I've been here for 1 year exactly, and we're headed into the new year. And a couple weeks ago, I came up with this grand idea to give women the type of support I've always yearned for, which is to connect them with reliable men. Because especially since moving to New Orleans, I haven't found anybody that I can depend on that wants to be there for me. I haven't made any friends, I haven't connected with anyone. And one night I was sitting here and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could just have somebody to come over and just be good to me. And that hasn't happened since I've been here. Like, nobody's devoted. And I said, you know what? Before I can even finish yearning for it, I came up with this idea for an escort service, a male escort service. And the name came to me, Candyman Services. And I immediately got up and went to my laptop and bought the domain name and started building out what I wanted it to be and posted about it online, and people started signing up. It just went so fast. Like, okay, everybody's into my idea of having handymen who can help out around the house, but who could also offer that extra TLC that you need as a woman. Hugs, cuddles, massages, romance. So I decided it was going to be an escort service for men who have skills of being handy around the house. So it's a hands-on handyman service. Because we get to put our hands all on them anytime we want to, and they won't get mad, and it's a part of their job, and I love it. So after I started posting about it, online a little bit, asking if anyone was interested, people were signing up, and I had 26 men sign up for the service. I had an interest meeting online, social distancing, and I had 6 men show up, and of those 6 men, 3 actually completed the application properly, so they'll move on to the next round. This is real. I've applied for my licenses. I got my LLC, and I'm waiting to hear back from the state about, establishing myself as an official escort service. It's legal here in New Orleans, which of course makes sense because New Orleans is wild and crazy, and you just get to, be who you really want to be here. That's why I love this city so much. And I don't know, I just love being here. I just love who I am since I've been here. And I don't plan to leave anytime soon. So while I'm here, I'm just offering support to women as much as I can, various programs. And this escort service for women is one of them. And now that I have the 3 men who made it through the process so far to get to the actual in-person interviews, I did background checks on them. They came out spotless. So I invited them one by one to come to my home and spend time with me. Yeah. So it's a demonstration of their skill demonstration, and the things that they said they were really good at. I said, well, come show me. Let me see how good you are at these things. So it was a pretty interesting past couple days. And the first guy who showed up, he had me laughing. He's real slim, and he said his specialty was automotive repair. He's a mechanic. He's been working here and there. So I had him to check my car and see if anything was going on with it, fill up the oils if it needed any oils. And he was like, everything looks like it's in good shape. So then I said, okay, well, go take my car for a car wash. I gave him my credit card. I gave him the key, and he went and came back in record time. I was like, that's it? I was like expecting to chill for a minute, but he was back so fast. And then I was talking to him a little bit about himself and his life and the expectations that I have for men who would become official candy men. And then I said, okay, well, the last thing we're going to do is to cuddle. So why don't you go ahead and lay on the couch? I'm going to get the blanket and I'm going to lay on top of you. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I want to see what it's like to be in your arms. And I did that. And I'll be honest, he was getting a little randy. I was like, calm down. I was like, how do you feel right now while you're holding me? And he's like, hot. was like, oh my God, shut up. He had me laughing. Definitely some improvements that need to be made, but I think he's gonna do well if he continues doing how he has been doing. I definitely enjoyed my time with him. He was fun. So right after he left, I had like 20 minutes, in between him and the next appointment for the next man who showed up, who said his skill, his talent was nurturing and loving women. And I was like, okay. So I had spoken to him on the phone. Of course, I saw him at the interest meeting. And when he showed up, I was just so surprised because he was so big. And I was like, damn, how tall are you? And he's like 6'1". I'm like, damn, I must be dating short guys because I ain't never had nobody this big next to me. It made me feel a little bit overwhelmed, but he was really a big teddy bear. He was so sweet, like so cute. So at the beginning, when they first come in, I make them fill out some paperwork, for their employees. So we had to do some onboarding, and then I have them stand up. I'm like, it's time for inspection, and I walk around them and I ask them, is it okay if I touch you? And he's like, yes, it's okay. So I'm squeezing their muscles, squeezing their thighs, putting my arms around them to hug them, to see what it feels like, because I want to be able to describe to women what it's going to be like to interact with them. So that's why I invited them into my home, so that every woman who books with Candyman Services will know, well, this man has been to Te-Erika's house. She spent extensive time with them, and they'll feel more safe. But he had me laughing. He is a chatterbox, and what he did for me was clean. He started with my bathroom. He did such an amazing job. I just walked in there and I saw him cleaning the toilet, and I was like, ew. He cleaned my bathtub. Then he swept the 2 front rooms, and I was like, hurry up, we got something else to do. Because I honestly, while I'm with these guys, I'm recognizing that this is my time to make my fantasies come true. So literally everything your ex wouldn't do, a Candyman can, and he will. So one of the things I wanted to do was to go for a drive, just us two, just talking and just driving. And we did that, and we went to one of my favorite spots to get some food, and we drove around some more, and then we came back here and we just ate. And we talked while we were eating. He was very charming and just funny, and telling me about his life, and it just felt so comfortable with him that the time ended, our time together ended before we can even move on, because all of them were supposed to give me massages, but I didn't get it. The time went by so fast spending with him, but I definitely enjoy his company. Of course, there's some things he could improve, but we'll get to that during the next week's training. But I really enjoyed my time with him so much, I'm going to be honest. At one point, I think after he was finished cleaning and we were talking a little bit, he went to use the restroom, and I was just holding back the tears. I was like, finally, I just feel cared for. Like, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to feel like somebody appreciates me and cares for me, and what I have to say is important to them. And I know this is a job interview and he's supposed to be like that, but even if it was fake, even if it was just for a minute, it felt good. I enjoyed his company too. So the next guy was the next day. I had a friend call me the night before and asked me to work on some things for her website. So I was busy doing that. I didn't even do anything for myself because I stopped what I was doing to work on that stuff for her. But interacting with this third guy was like a breath of fresh air. No lie. He said he's a professional chef. He works at one of the big hotels here in New Orleans, and he's been doing it for years. And he's young, way younger than I am. But when he came to my door and I heard the doorbell ring, I wasn't ready. Like, literally, I knew he was going to be in my kitchen. My front 2 rooms and my bathroom was clean. My bedroom wasn't. And I was like trying to get the kitchen in a decent order, because honestly, I'm not that good at domestic stuff. I'm not that good at it. I'm a mess. I'm messy. And I'm not dirty. Like, you won't find food sticking out and stuff like that. But there's clothes everywhere. I'm saying, I'll take that shit off and leave it right there. And but I was trying to get it to where it was manageable, because I knew that I would tell him to cook for me and to clean the kitchen. So when he showed up, I wasn't ready. I was just getting out the shower. I just had a towel on. I was like trying to talk to him through my Ring. You know, I have my Ring security cameras. And he was like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, I'm not going to go to the door with my towel on. So I literally just put on some booty shorts, you know, little outfit that I wear around the house, and opened the door and let him in. And he was like, whoa. I was like, excuse the way I'm dressed. I just got out the shower. And so how about you have a seat? Here's some paper. I gave him the paperwork on the clipboard. I had my stuff together. I had it on the clipboard. Gave him the paperwork and said, by the time you finish this, I should be dressed. And I went and got dressed. Put on a little makeup. Put on a little outfit. Looking like I'm, you know, going somewhere. Looking like a boss versus a hoochie mama when I opened the door. But he ain't seen the mine. So when I came back to collect the paperwork, I said, okay, it's time for your inspection. Stand up. Let me take a look at you. And I was like, is it okay if I touch you? And he said, yeah. So I started squeezing his arm, squeezing his thigh, like just walking around him like I'm inspecting a piece of meat. And he was like, is it okay if I touch you back? And I was like, no, don't touch me. That had me laughing. So we was just talking a little bit while we finished doing the inspection. I was like, all right, so tonight we're going to have a little fun. He knew that he had to cook for me, but I didn't tell him what he was cooking, you know, so I wanted to be a surprise so he can be excited about it, and he said he was. And I said, come on, let's go in the kitchen. We walked through my bedroom. I'm like, don't look at my room. It's a mess. But just come on in the kitchen. We walked in the kitchen, and I started pulling stuff out the refrigerator to show him what I had bought for him to cook. And he was looking at everything like, okay, like it was a challenge. Okay, let's see what I can do this. And I said, and the one thing I really want that I've been wanting for a long time, and I hope you can do it, I want you to grill this stuff. He's like, on the barbecue grill? I said, yes. I said, I have a grill. I've never used it. I have charcoal, lighter fluid. Can you set it up? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. I can show you how to do it. I was like, really? I was so happy because I've been wanting to grill. Not me personally. I wanted a guy to come and grill for me. I've asked for that plenty of times and never happened. But this guy did it. He fulfilled my dream. He fulfilled my fantasy. He made my dream come true. He grilled steaks for me, and he grilled shrimp, and he made baked potatoes and broccoli, and we sat down and we enjoyed a meal and we talked. And you know, before he even finished the food, while he was still cooking, I was in the kitchen. We was playing music. I was dancing. We was drinking wine. It was like a great date. I'm like, you my boyfriend for the night, so let's act like it. And he was like, okay, I love it. We had such a good time. I was like, I don't see why this man is single. He is so charming. Like, literally, we were running out of time. I'm like, look, we got 10 minutes left. He was like, you want 10 minutes worth of a massage? I was like, no, that's not enough. That's not enough, but you've been doing great. But when it got down to like 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. I want you to get on the couch. I'm going to lay on top of you and bring a blanket, and we're going to cuddle so I can know what it's like to be in your arms. And he was like, okay. So I lay on top of him, and he's just holding me, and it feels so good, so good. I just love it. Like, I almost fall asleep, but I'm like, no, stick to your rules. You're a professional. Even though this feels like cuddle time and TLC time, and you definitely like his personality, you love his vibe. He was just complimenting me all night and telling me how I'm making his dream come true, and telling me that everything he's doing for me is what he would do for me if I just met him on the street. He said, when I read the website and I read why you started Candyman Services, he said it hit me and it hurt me. When you said that you couldn't find a reliable man who wanted to be there for you, I thought to myself, if only she had met me, she would have that. And I was like, damn, he know how to do it. He know how to be charming. So as soon as the time was up, I jumped up, and he was like, you was about to fall asleep. I said I was, but I won't. I have other things to do. So thank you so much for your time and for coming to demonstrate your skills. And I tipped all of them. I gave them all like a little bit of money so that they can, keep going. Because I know they're looking for jobs. They need more money. And I'm not going to keep making them. They spend a lot of time with me for free, unpaid training and things like that. So whenever I can, I want to make sure to slide something in their pocket, to show good faith. Because I think the second guy who came, I was like, thank you for believing in my vision. And he said, yeah, I was a little skeptical because I got to send you my social security card, my driver's license and all that. And I don't even know you. This is a new business. You could be doing anything. He said, but when I looked you up, I saw your credentials. I felt that, you know what? I feel like I can trust her. And I said, go with me all the way. Go with me all the way. This is something that's going to be big for women and even this city. So I had such a great time. Even after the third guy left, I'm going to be honest, when he left, I did cry again. I had to cry. Because it was like my fantasy of being cooked for. Somebody just making a special meal just for me and just sitting there and telling me how awesome I am and how grateful they are just to sit at the table with me. And all this time I just like, I want to be appreciated. And this man just did that. He's like, I know this is stuff I'm supposed to say because, this is a job. But even if it wasn't, if you need anything, I don't care what time it is. I don't care what you need. You said you don't cook, you don't clean. I do those things. I will be there for you. Just call me anytime. And then when he got home, he texted me and was like, it was good being your boyfriend just for one night. If you ever need anything again, I'd love to do it again. I was like, oh, he is so charming. And it really felt good being in his arms. Like, this is the type of business that I know I'm going to enjoy running. And I can't wait to hear the stories from these women once they start, booking time with these men. Because after I get them together and get them on excellence status like I am a woman of excellence. There is no time ever that I will not deliver what you ask and a little bit more, because I require excellence from myself. I require excellence from everybody around me, and I'm going to get these men to those levels so that these women will feel like I feel totally taken care of, loved, and have things that they need to be done. Because the third guy, he even changed out the things on my stove for me. What do you call it? I don't even know, the drip pans on the stove. I remember asking another person to help with that, and they ignored me. I remember asking for so much help and being ignored. I remember asking for so much help from men and being ignored. The fucking blinds that sat in there for months and months, ignored. The toilet seat falling off to the side, ignored. My car, please help me, I'll come in the morning, ignored. And now I'm finding the most reliable men in New Orleans. And I'm training them to be even more outstanding. And they're going to be escorts in my Candyman services. You can go visit candymanservices.com and read more about the program and how you can be a part of it if you are in New Orleans, because it's only local here. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so full. And just like that guy who said he felt lucky to find me, I really do feel lucky that I found them.
Nola vibes with Te-Erika. Nola vibes.